How to program the EV3 color sensor. Of all of the LEGO Mindstorm sensors, the color sensor is the most important to learn and use for FLL. There are three options for the color sensor: color, reflected light intensity, and ambient light intensity. In color mode, the color sensor has 7 different colors that it can detect: black, blue, green, yellow, red, white, and brown, as well as it can detect no color. In reflected light intensity mode, it can detect how light or dark a color is. So 0 is complete darkness and 100 is complete white. So if you have a color that's gray, dark gray, then it might be around 25 or 30, because 50 is gray, and then below that is darker and above is whiter. Ambient light intensity is very similar to reflected light intensity, except instead of detecting the color of the ground, it will detect how dark or bright the room around it. And the colors work the exact same as reflected light intensity. So 0 is pitch black and 100 is complete brightness. FLL has a lot of uses for the color sensor. So mainly you're going to be using reflected light intensity, and the reason for that is because there are a lot of lines on the FLL map. Right here in the bottom right, I have an example FLL map. This is from last year's Into Orbit Challenge. And as you can tell, there are a lot of different black lines and white lines on here that you can use to position your robot and make sure it's in the right spot. Oftentimes, as you can tell from this, the T that's on the left, it's even angled so you can get to the right place perfectly. So color sensor, you're generally going to use to detect the black lines that are around the mat to help you get around. Now, for the color sensor, you're not really going to be using these yellow blocks right here. Instead, you're generally going to be using these orange blocks. So there's weight and loop, and these are going to be your main uses for the color. So here is a very basic program, and this is, so the first block is a moving forward block, and this will make the robot move forward. Now it is set to on, which means it will go on forever unless something tells it to stop. And in this case, the thing that tells it to stop is our second block right here, which is the wait block. The wait block is selecting the color sensor mode. And when the wait block selected color sensor, we selected the reflected light intensity mode. And we set it so that when it detects a brightness that's less than 10, then the robot will stop. And generally, less than 10 is usually black, and above 80 is white. Loop is basically the exact same thing. So here inside our loop block, we have our action block, our move forward block, and this will make the robot move forward. And our loop makes it so that it will keep doing this until it detects a black line, which is the same thing, less than 10.